Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 736. Before getting into this reading, chances are that most of the people watching this video are not subscribed, so if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work, and would like to help support the growth of my channel, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. My current goal is 500 subscribers, so I can have access to offering channel memberships. The current milestone I'm trying to reach that 500 subscriber goal is 200 subscribers. So if you do decide to subscribe and support me and my goals, thank you very much. So starting with interpreting the number 736, I feel strongly here that there's definitely something that someone is learning. I mean, the whole time I've been recording videos in the 700s, or just 7 in general, it is usually about learning or wisdom or just expanding your consciousness in general through reflection. I feel like reflection is what is going to give you more awareness, or more of the awareness that you need, maybe to make things clearer in some way. The number 3 is about healing and communicating, expressing yourself. It can also be about watering a seed that you have already planted and seeing that plant grow and expand. It really depends on where you're at. The seed that you planted, it doesn't have to be healing related. But yeah, only take what resonates, of course. The number 6 is about unconditional love and pouring that unconditional love into yourself to fill your own cup, so that way your cup can overflow and flow into other people's cups instead of, pouring from an empty cup. I feel someone here that you really, really need to focus on yourself emotionally, giving to yourself emotionally, especially if you're already giving towards people in terms of like emotional support and stuff like that. You deserve that too. I do feel here, like thinking about the number 736 as a whole, that you're learning through healing, because healing is supposed to teach you self-love, or I was going to say love in general, which it could be, but I believe that for us to truly understand love with other people or things outside of ourselves, we first need to understand love with ourselves, or self-love. We have to pour into ourselves and give to ourselves before we can pour into other people or give to other people. We have to protect our energy, our resources, our time, whether it's from being wasted or taken advantage of, or whatever it may be. Adding up these numbers, 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 6 is 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. So yes, like I was feeling earlier, feeling strongly about something here that you're learning. It feels like it is related to self-love. For someone specific, being more alone rather than in a relationship might be a reflection of the universe trying to encourage you and maybe even push you to learn to love yourself in the way that you deserve, to give to yourself in the way that you deserve, to be honest and to set boundaries. And in general, it feels like it's about learning how to have a healthy relationship with yourself so you can have a healthy relationship with other people, or a job, or whatever it may be. Because if you're self-destructive towards yourself, you're going to be self-destructive towards other people and other opportunities. This is definitely giving like own worst enemy type of energy, but you may or may not be aware of it. Certain things you might say or do that might not work in your favor, or that might push things to not work in your favor. And that's not to make anyone feel like they should constantly be second guessing themselves or worrying about what they say or the choices that they make or anything. Trust yourself. I'm just saying that maybe there's something here in your subconscious that you're not aware of in terms of maybe the way that you think or feel or something that you're passionate about. Maybe something spiritual or emotional or mental that you're not aware of. I can feel someone here might feel frustrated because they genuinely just feel, confused. And they have no idea, what they're meant to be learning. You know who you are. Definitely feel your energy quite strongly. And it's probably because I just connected with you through replying to one of your comments. But, yeah. I would love to look deeper into your situation with you if you decide to do that, and if you're watching this. But in general, this is about learning, teaching yourself to love yourself, and healing through teaching yourself to love yourself. And it's going to give you so much more awareness than just about yourself. It's also about applying what you know about yourself to what you could know about other people. We're not as alone or as misunderstood as we may feel at times. I mean, yes, on the surface we are, but deep down, I don't think it's that complicated once things are all laid out and clear. So maybe what you need to do is find a way to clearly lay out your own thoughts and feelings. Honestly, I'm kind of getting like journaling. For some reason I wanted to say journalism, but talking about journaling and journalism while someone knocked on my door. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it in the video, but for someone, I feel like that's symbolic of journaling has been knocking at your door. Like maybe you have been feeling called to write or to express yourself through writing or journaling or whatever, and this is just confirmation for whoever that specific message is for. For me personally, I've done journaling since I was 18 years old, 2019 in February. So that's 6 years now, and it's really, really helped a lot. So even if this isn't confirmation for you and you might be curious about journaling and how it might be helpful for you, maybe it's worth exploring. But I'm going to start wrapping up this reading by drawing out a card from the Ancestor Spirit Oracle card. And I just saw the number 111. We're going to use this card to look deeper into your current situation and see what specifically your ancestors see and what they have to say. I just saw 122. 122, I got a lot of numbers to talk about. So 122 is remembering that change starts with you, that message about being the change that you wish to see and actually seeing how powerful your own changes are. Which is interesting to talk about change, because I saw 555. Either when I stopped recording or before I started recording again after I answered my door. So that's confirmation of a change or transformation that someone is being encouraged to embrace, even if it's just temporary. Whether it's temporary or not, though, that's up for you to interpret, because you know your situation better than I do in a general reading. The other number was 444. I've been seeing that number a lot in general, and that's why I wanted to use the Ancestor Spirit Oracle, because my own ancestors feel like they've been really trying to connect with me and reach out to me and help me focus on stability, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. So maybe your ancestors are also coming through wanting to help you focus on that. And that makes sense, talking about self-love, because I do believe that self-love is an important part to creating a stable inner foundation, because it takes self-love to trust yourself and to believe in yourself, to learn how to use your intuition. Even if you don't want to, be a psychic or a super spiritual person, I feel like being a little curious about it, like you can do a general strengthening of your intuition just to help you make better decisions in general, even if you don't want to be super duper, feeling the word hippie, like spiritual. I don't know. You live in, I don't know if it's just an American thing, what a hippie is. But if you know, you know. But yeah, let's go ahead and draw out this Ancestor Spirit Oracle card now to see what they see and what guidance or advice they have for you. I don't take reversals in this deck, so let's see what we have. Yeah. It's funny because I was thinking about the number 222 as well. We have balance yourself, direction, growth, life stages. There's a lot of interesting things going on here. It seems like for someone's current situation or something that your ancestors want to talk to you about is some sort of situation or many situations that are contributing to a lack of balance from within. A lack of balance from within with the relationship with yourself attracts relationships with other people where there's a lack of balance, and opportunities like jobs and stuff like that where there's a lack of balance. I was feeling something and then it went away. If it comes back, if it never comes back, I trust that everything happens for a reason. But the first thing I noticed on this card was the butterfly there. Depending on how spiritual you are, you may or may not know that a lot of people interpret butterflies as a sign of transformation. For some reason, I just wanted to say transportation. Some people see butterflies as a form of transportation. That's maybe there's like a cartoon or some sort of animated film that could be significant here about a butterfly, or it's some sort of specific message that I can't possibly give in a general reading. But yeah, that butterfly there really, really confirms change. And I'm just now noticing as well that there is a feather up here. I never noticed that on this card. And feathers in general, I felt called to for some reason. So maybe it's significant for you. If you don't have a meaning for it, I do encourage you to look it up and find the meaning yourself that resonates the most with you and your situation. The fact that the butterfly is yellow as well as making me think of like your sacral and solar plexus chakras, because it is on orange too. Maybe those are significant for you. It feels like the guidance here is to find direction through growth, through the phases of your life, the changes of your life, whether they're more recent or they've happened over a really long period of time. Maybe there are some life stages, past life stages that you haven't allowed yourself to fully grieve from, heal from, grow from, learn from, love yourself from. The sense of direction, that's really confirming here for someone that's what you need. More direction. And that's what I think your ancestors, and even just your spirit guides in general, want you to focus on, is finding more direction. And if you feel like you already know what direction you want to go in, this is confirmation of that. But in general, I do feel like, if you do feel confused spiritually, just know that you're not alone, and just be patient with yourself. You'll learn over time. Things will become clearer over time. But yeah, there's an unbalanced situation and you need to bring balance to this situation through balancing yourself, and that makes me think that your ancestors want you to focus on your whole self-health, your health and your stability.